Hey everyone, Morgan here, and we are going to do some experimenting today. I'm pretty excited. So I have a Soul emergency blanket. I've actually had this blanket for a really long time, but I guess I didn't really understand the difference between the Soul and the regular, Mylar blanket. But I want to do some shelter building with both of them and see if one is actually stronger than the other or whatever. So, but first I noticed these blankets don't have any holes in them already existing, yet in the back of them it says, create shelter and gear cover and all that stuff. Whoop! And you can see that it has, it's showing little holes. Well, of course, when you're out in the field or something, you could just take your knife and then, rank some holes in it. But what I'm doing right now, I'm doing a little pre-work by pre-creating some holes. Pre-creating some holes here with a hole punch. And it's working out okay. I like that it doesn't completely take the entire hole. It doesn't open up the entire hole, see, it leaves half of it. I can't really cut a full hole into it, which is okay. But I'm going to do this all around the blanket on this one and on this one to just kind of pre-create, I can talk today, the holes. All right, holes are created in both of these. Let the showdown begin. So we've got our base string line here, and now we're going to first try the Soul. So let's get that up. All right, well, here's our little shelter. It's actually pretty nice. It did take me a little bit to get it, and I'll show you why. I had a problem on one corner. I had to fix this corner 3 times. This little punch that I first made didn't work. This second punch that I made with my knife didn't work. This third punch that was a lot higher, a lot closer in, it seems to be working okay. If it gets any more stress, such as bad wind or anything, I don't know if it's going to hold up, but it has a good ways to go here before it rips all the way through. And then you can see on this side, this is barely holding on here. So my recommendation would just be to make the holes closer in. Again, this side is kind of the same, it's barely holding on. And I used a different hole over here. I didn't use the corner hole, I used a side hole, and that seems to actually be going okay. So as far as shelters go, this one's really not bad. This is the Soul one, and yeah, giving me really good shade. I mean, like I said, with any bit of wind, it may actually come off, the corners there, but so far, it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with it. It'll probably be just a one-time use shelter thing, but if I didn't want to use it for shelter, I could use it to keep warm. And actually, I kind of feel a little warmer under here than I do outside of the shelter, so hey, that's a good thing. I can't even seem to make shelter with the regular Mylar. Look, the second it puts tension on it, or I try to tie it, it just rips to shreds. So this is not going to work as a shelter, not in this method, using this method anyway. Also, this is way louder than this. This just sounds like a kind of normal tarp. This is who's out there? I think it's pretty clear who the winner is. I don't even have to go any further with making any other types of shelter. The Soul emergency blanket, or the SOL, or however you want to say it, is definitely superior to the regular Mylar. Now, I'm not saying that the Mylar is useless. I did a video a while back where it had a whole bunch of different uses on how to use a Mylar. And I think that it would be, the Mylar could be used as a ground shelter, just not anything that puts so much tension on it, but something where the line were to be closer to the ground, and making a ground shelter with the Mylar would definitely work. Yeah, and there's lots of other ways to use the Mylar. I'm going to actually experiment with my poncho and make some shelter here. Whew, it's hot. Get some water for my trusty Seychelles. Nice thing about this poncho, there's several nice things, but first nice thing is that it already has holes pre-made into it. Ta-da! Hey look, Miles is enjoying it already. So I was wondering how this hood would work for or against me when I put up this poncho as a shelter option. Well, I think it's going to work for me, because if it ever rains, if I'm using this for like a rain shelter, it's going to catch all the rain inside here, because you know there's still the hole up here. So now I'll have nice rainwater for drinking water. So I think it's definitely going to work for me if it does drip at all, because there's a little, see, there's a little opening right up here, but I think it might just drip into here, or it might just drip straight down below. But either way, I'll be mostly dry. And then I could add like another tarp, like wherever the rain is coming in, you know, the wind is blowing the rain, and then you know, add my other little tarp for wind and rain protection. Well, I'm sitting here playing with Shelter. The dog's over there. Can you even see the dogs? I can barely see Miles. Isaiah, Miles! There they are. They're having a ball. Crazy doggies. Making shelter is super fun, super easy. This is just my little experiment today, and it's good to know that the Mylar blanket is pretty much useless as shelter, as height shelter anyway, maybe ground shelter. It may work as something to reflect my heat, my existing heat, and it may work for any of the other options that I had in my previous video, which I'll link to in the cards somewhere here. You know, but that sole emergency blanket, that is great. I think that's like $6. I'm going to put a link down below if you and check it out in case you haven't seen it. But yeah, so that's going to be my video for today. And dogs and I say goodbye. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you are going to have a great Saturday, a great weekend. Okay, I'll stop rambling. Bye-bye.